Imagine stealing $100 million art piece from an art museum. That's exactly what billionaire Thomas Crown does. The Thomas Crown Affair is a remake of the 1968 film starring Steve McQueen. I'm reviewing the one that came out in 1999. It stars Pierce Brosnan, Rene Russo, Dennis Leary, Frankie Faison, among many others, Ben Gazzara also. It's an interesting movie because Pierce Brosnan, this was 1999, and he was at the height of James Bond fame. So he was probably one of the sexiest men alive at that time, and he was just a hot commodity in those days. Kind of brings me back to when I was a kid because he was Bond when I was a kid, and whatnot. And he was like thought of as like a sexy man. Men wanted to be like him, and women wanted to, you know, have fun with him. This movie is an art museum movie where essentially Pierce Brosnan plays Thomas Crown, who is a billionaire, but he's just bored with his life. This is someone who has made a lot of money, but also at the same time has a lot of time on his hands and wants to do various different things. He decides to steal art in New York City. Now, this movie is a remake of the 1968 film The Thomas Crown Affair starring Steve McQueen, and that's happened in Boston. That takes place in Boston. This movie essentially takes place in New York, and this is basically like a cat and mouse game of Rene Russo, who plays Catherine Banning, who is actually an insurance investigator. She works with the New York City police to try and catch Pierce Brosnan, Thomas Crown. However, Thomas Crown seduces her, and they end up having a romantic affair. And the whole movie is about love, sex, romance, and also getting caught. I think everybody would want to live this lifestyle, but very few do, and if not at all. The thing that I like about this movie is that while there is an investigation that happens in the movie, it's an investigation that takes place throughout the whole movie, and it involves New York City police officers, which one of them is played by Dennis Leary and the other one played by Frankie Faison. Catherine Banning, Rene Rousseau's character, works with two cops, and they try and catch Thomas Crown, but Catherine Banning ends up having a love affair with Thomas Crown. And there are times in the movie where the police try to catch Thomas Crown, but Catherine Banning finds a way to let him run away. And that is essentially the movie where they go off to islands, they have fun, Catherine Banning and Thomas Crown, they have sex, they have they enjoy themselves a little too much. And while the cops are wondering what's going on, they're sending an insurance investigator, Catherine Banning, to find Thomas Crown and bring him to justice. He keeps slipping away. And while Catherine Banning ends up never really in trouble, there's always suspicions around her from the police that she's letting him get away. And with that, the movie shows various beautiful art, whether it's a Monet painting or Da Vinci paintings, just art museums in New York City just losing their minds trying to catch Thomas Crown, and Catherine Banning just lets him go whenever there's a chance to catch him. He slips away. The thing that I like about this movie, in addition to the romance, is that people want to escape. People want to escape their real lives. And I feel that with the movie The Thomas Crown Affair, people are able to fulfill that. And this movie came out in 1999, so it was just before 9/11, just before really the dot-com boom, as it was known in those days when it came to the beginnings of the internet. I find the movie still kind of captures that old world essence, but evolving into the new world. And while there aren't cell phones, people still had some social wit about them. And New York City was interesting to look at as well. This was when there were just bright yellow cabs everywhere. They're still around today in New York City, but not to the effect it was back then. New York City cabs do not have the same cachet they once had. Now it's all Uber, Lyft, and whatnot. So you still got to see a bit of the old society, as I like to call it. I was born in 1990, so I was 9 when this movie came out. But I like to think of myself as caught between the old world in terms of technology and the new world. So someone my age would definitely be able to see that this movie kind of represented their childhood, but also at the same time it was evolving into something else, which what we now see. Here I am recording this YouTube video on a phone. But anyways, I do recommend the Thomas Crown Affair. I will be back next time to review the 1968 Thomas Crown Affair. But I enjoyed the remake as well, and there are a lot of various character actors, supporting actors. Ben Gazzara, as I mentioned, plays a role in this movie. And it's just a great movie to watch because you just can escape watching this movie. These are movies that you watch to escape from reality, and this covers it all. And I'll see you at the next one.